Hey there guys, it's your boy 12 Death, also known as Daniel, and welcome back to another video. And today, as you can see, we are doing another Keyforge opening because I loved the first one so much. So our first one we did the other day was Call of the Archons, and it looked like we had a pretty strong deck last time. But if you want to see me go over the basics of Keyforge and talk about that deck, that's my last video. Go check it out. It's literally on the channel. But before we get into this, we are going to speed through this one today. I would like to give a shout out to the Real Spirit. So the Real Spirit on YouTube, me and him, we did some Rocket League commentary the other week. It was a doubles 2v2 Plats and below Rocket League tournament. I did some commentary with the Real Spirit. He'll probably have the videos up on his channel around now. So if you like that sort of stuff, if you want to see me hear me commentating, and some great banter along with the Real Spirit, go onto his channel, show him some love, tell him I sent you. And if you're here from the Real Spirit's channel, hello to you. Welcome to the channel. We do all sorts of TCG stuff, all sorts of nerd stuff over here. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the video. So today we've got W. Toronid, the Salt Flat Traitor deck here, for our Age of Ascension Keyforge deck. And so the houses we have this time are going to be Logos, Sanctum, and Dis. We did have Dis last time in our last deck, so let's speed through this one today, because last time we took a while, because I was trying to explain the game as I was going through the deck. So if you do need a quick explanation of the game as I'm going through the deck, go watch my last video, then come back to this one. But if you don't, and you've already watched my last video, let's do this. Right, I'm going to start off with Aember Imp. If I can focus the card, there we go. It's a creature, elusive, which is really solid. You can see what elusive is. You can read after a creature reaps, stun it. That's very strong because that stops the opponent from getting any extra Aember from their creatures, and just forces them to attack the Aember Imp. And so it forces them to attack Aember Imp and waste a turn not reaping and getting Aember. So yeah. Next thing is we have Binding Irons. I was about to say building. Your opponent gains 3 chains. Pretty solid. It's just a play as well. Dust Imp, gain 2 Aember when it's destroyed. Pretty solid. I think we had that card in the last one as well. Same thing, 2 Dust Imps as creatures. Not finished with you, play, and you gain an Aember for it. Shuffle any number of creatures from your discard pile into your deck. That's really solid, to be honest. We like to see it. So this is the Dis part of the deck right here. Tesmol, it's elusive, and when you reap, you choose a house. Your opponent cannot choose that house as their active house on their next turn. And this is actually a pretty good effect. Try and not die. But a lot of people would run this effect off as saying, oh, that was pretty RNG, or oh, that's pretty bad. But this is actually a very solid effect, because if you see your opponent playing a lot of 2 certain houses and not a lot of 1 house, then you may be more inclined to ban the house that they haven't played a lot, because they may be building up a storage of that house in their hand to pull off a big combo on a certain turn. So, and you may be able to delay that using this card. So, stuff like that is definitely readable within the game. So don't say that's RNG, it's definitely readable, based on how your opponent has been playing. So yeah, definitely. Tasmal, again, Unlocked Gateway. This was a discard that we didn't have last time. Omega, after you play this card, end a step, and players destroy each creature. Okay, wow. Well then, let's move on from that. Let's pretend that is not a card. Then we have Yerk. Choose and discard a card from your hand. That's actually not too bad. That's pretty solid, because you get the trade for 4 attack and 4 health. But also, if you've got a card which you forgot, if you've got a card that you couldn't discard during the discard step, because you would have had to pick House Dis to play this, so that means the only cards you could discard would be House Dis. So therefore, if you wanted to discard a card that was of another house, that's pretty good. So that's pretty solid, actually. Hysteria, return each creature to its owner's hand. So that's a really nice reset card, clearly. Silver Key Imp. And actually, as well as it being a really nice reset card, because you know what was on your opponent's board, you will know how to counter it for the next time it comes up. So next one is Silver Key Imp, which is elusive, and players cannot forge their second key as long as this card is on the field. Holy mother. So that just prolongs the game. Wow. That is a card if you're thinking of, oh hey, I need some more time to set up, so I can't let him get the second key because I need more time to set up my Amber, or set up my board, or set up something. That's a very solid card, actually. Another one of those. And now we're on to the Logos part of the deck. So we didn't see these last time. These are the futuristic sort of theme, I guess. Igor, look at the top 3 cards of the deck, add 1 to your hand and discard the others. Very solid. It's a search card. We always love them. And also, you can pick the one to add to your hand that's most suited to what you're going to play next turn. So that's great as well. Can set up for some combos with that one. Hexpion, archive Hexpion, and the top card of your deck when it's destroyed. Okay, so we have 2 of those. Pip. After an enemy creature reaps, stun it. We had a card like this earlier. Like we said, that stops them from creating that Ayemba and forces them to attack you, which means they waste a turn on not getting that Ayemba, and that's pretty good for you, because that means you have more time to set up whatever you need to set up. So we have 2 of those. Very solid. Yeah. There we go. If I can get them in a nice little pile, that would be much better. Standardized testing. Destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power. That's very nice if you're behind and you have the lowest creature and your opponent has the highest one. Very good, actually. So we have 2 of those. Titan Librarian. At the start of your turn, if Titan Librarian is not on a flank, archive a card. That's pretty, and it's a 4 as well, so that's pretty good. What I have noticed is there's a lack of gaining a Ember just by playing cards in this deck so far. So you're gonna need to really reap those creatures for this deck, I can see. Destroy an enemy creature and a friendly creature. You may repeat this effect as many times as you like, as long as it's possible to repeat the entire effect. Very good card, especially if you're behind in terms of attack and defense, in terms of your creatures. So very strong. It's a very good reset card. So yeah, highly recommended. Oh, this is a 6. After a creature is destroyed, fighting they need to draw a card. Very, very, very solid card. Jesus. Very solid card. Oh, I've put that upside down. Oh, Daniel, what are you doing? I actually got baited. I actually thought that was the top. Keyforge. Richard Garfield. Richard Garfield. Why would you do this to me? I just got jebaited by Richard Garfield. Put your jebaiteds in the chat. Oh wait, this is YouTube. You can't do that. Right, let's continue. If this creature gains fight recap, fight reap. If this is the first turn this creature was used as turn, ready it. So it's just a really quick one. It's an upgrade, so just add it to a creature. Strange Gizmo artifact. When you after you fought decree, destroy each creature and artifact. Fair enough. Why did we make this again? I like that little tag. And now we're on to the Sanctum part. I really like the Sanctum cards because they sort of look a bit like Light Swans from Yu-Gi-Oh! And as we all know, I main Light Swans in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, deploy. This creature can enter play anywhere on your battlefield, which is very good. Especially for 4 with 1 shield. Is very good because you normally have to play creatures on the flanks. So being able to play it wherever you want is very solid. Next one is Abond the Armorsmith. All other friendly creatures get +1 armor. For the remainder of the turn, other friendly creatures get +1 armor. Pretty solid, as we can see. So if you reap it, every creature gets +2 armor, which is very good. Also, I think that's the first Aether we've seen on a card for this deck. So it's good. Choose a house, stun each creature of that house, which is very good if your opponent's playing a house which you don't have. So obviously very strong card, and you get the Aether from it. So did I say Aegis last time? It's Aether. Bloody hell, Daniel. You're not doing well today, are you? Golden Over. Choose a creature fully healed. The chosen creature for the remainder of the turn. The chosen creature is considered to be in House Sanctum and cannot be dealt damage. That could lead up to some very strong combos, and especially with some of the cards we saw earlier, which had like 6 health and 6 attack. That's very strong. So yeah, that can lead to some shenanigans, I could say. So there's a 5/1, that's very strong just by itself. But after Maverick the Marked prevents damage with its armor, capture 1 for each damage prevented. Very solid. Which would only be 1 each turn because he only has 1 armor. So it could be a maximum of 1 each turn you could gain from that effect. Can I get focus, please? Maybe? There we go. That's better. Shield of Justice. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature cannot be dealt damage. Again, very strong. This seems like more of a very defensive deck in comparison to the one we had last time, which was very aggressive. So we got 2 Shielded Justices there. Equalize. We just Aether on friendly creatures among friendly creatures. So you spread them evenly, which is very strong because it means if you have... Then we Aether on enemy creatures among enemy creatures. So this is a really good card just for you, really. and you get an eighth of them playing it. But it's a really good card just for you, because if you have a card with loads of ether on it and it gets killed, then you're like, oh, I'm screwed now. That card had loads of ether on it. So if you spread it more thinly, then there's less loss. And that also means if you're spreading it among enemy creatures as well, you might be able to get rid of more of them, because get rid of more of your opponent's ether, because your opponent may have some 2 health scrubs that you can just take out very easily, instead of it all being on this massive 6 health for 1 shield creature. So yeah. So Equalize, very strong, we get 2 of those. Hadroth's Wall, each friendly flank creature gets +2 power. Very strong, because obviously every new creature you play on the flank, so very strong. And that's going to be 2 of them that get that, so that's strong as well. If you do have 2 flanks, and not if you do have 2 creatures, at least 2 creatures on the board. Next one, Eye of Judgment, purge a creature from the discard pile. Fair enough, very good, you get an eighth of them doing it, so very strong. And the last card this time around is the Vault Keeper. Your Aether cannot be stolen, very strong, because it's a 4 and a 1 shield. And for your Aether not being stolen, that's very solid. So here is the final deck list. I'm sorry I didn't point this out last time with the other one, but I think you can pause it at the start and see it just about. So overall, this deck seems very defensive in comparison to the last one, but yeah, very strong still. I'm really loving this game, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really do love this game. So more content, 100% coming soon. If you want more Keyforge content, put it down in the comments below. If you any requests or anything, put it down in the comments below, any ideas, anything like that. The content's going to keep rolling, so see you next time, guys. Cheerio.